back with these videos, man. The case of the Tinder killer. Y'all know how I feel about all these goddamn dating sites. Hinge, Tinder, black people meet, Christian people meet, atheist people meet, white people meet, Jewish people meet. The Tinder killer. I'm already knowing. All these dudes, bro. 99% of the dudes that go on these apps, these dating apps, no confidence and weird. Let's go, man.
You are now tuned in to JB and the Fam official plug channel.
Change it up, I had to show them I was with it. I'm a youngin', not them changing. I'm just thankful that I did it. They done locked me in the cell and tried to hold me from the riches, yeah. Tried to hold me from the riches. See my time to go, see my time to fly. Yeah, they call me youngin', I just wonder why. Bitches wanna fuck and I just wonder why. See my time be coming.
Make sure you got y'all snacks. Make sure you got your drink. Sit back. Let's enjoy.
What is up, Iwu crew?
What up?
Today,
what up?
we are going to be covering a story so chilling, it will make you think twice about who you believe you can trust.
Okay, now, no, you're wrong. Stop telling me that. No. Because I trust my intuition. If I feel you're not right in the head, if I feel your energy's not right, if I feel you out to snake me, if I feel you not my friend for real, guess what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to think twice about that. But that's me, though. Y'all need to get that through y'all's fucking skulls, okay? Don't let somebody manipulate you into thinking that they're on your side. Because the closer a snake will get, they will bite you. And that's family and friends the most.
It is the case of Jesse Shane Kempson.
Look at this dude. Already pissing me off. Already making me mad.
If you enjoy true crime, mysteries, and true stories, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe.
All right, respect.
Now,
I like that. Boom.
let's get into it.
All right.
Jesse was born and raised in the Wellington region of New Zealand with his parents, though they eventually divorced when he was only 9 years old. Following his parents' separation, Jesse spent the majority of his childhood with his father and his paternal grandfather, as his mother had moved overseas when his father remarried. In his early adulthood, Jesse attended Aotea College and even played softball at a regional level for a variety of teams.
There's men's softball teams? Interesting.
When he wasn't attending classes or playing softball, Jesse spent his time bartending when he could. In fact, when Jesse lived in Sydney, Australia between 2013 and 2016, he made a living bartending and working in construction and general labor.
Making his money from
To his
girls.
family, he appeared to be a hard-working young man who had a taste for the fun things in life.
Okay.
But no one seemed to know exactly how Jesse defined fun. To everyone else in his life, Jesse was widely regarded as an enigma of sorts. Acquaintances who were familiar with Jesse said that he often claimed to have received his bachelor's degree in international law from Aotea College, and that he had originally come from money. In fact,
And all you guys that are in college watching or are thinking about going to college, don't.
it is said that Jesse used to claim to have come from a family of millionaires who
Or if you're in college, of course, drop out now. Like yesterday, drop out.
owned restaurant chains in Sydney, and that he was in touch with a variety of vague contacts that worked in New Zealand immigration.
Okay.
After his stay in Sydney, Jesse ended up moving back to New Zealand and to Green Lane and Mount Eden with a few other young adults who were on the cusp of starting their respective professional careers. Jesse's old roommates claimed that Jesse often engaged in disturbing, untrustworthy behavior and was known to be a bit of a pathological liar.
Already.
In his early 20s, like many other adults his age, Jesse became rather obsessed with using dating apps.
Well, obsessed is crazy. But at least, being on the apps, I mean, that's like the same, man. Boys will be boys. Boys are gonna do what boys are gonna do. And girls are gonna do what girls are gonna do.
And perhaps one could refer to Jesse's addiction to dating apps as quite a deadly obsession.
Oh God, that's what.
In December of 2018, Jesse found himself scrolling through Tinder in search of a date, as he frequently did. While doing so, Jesse came across the profile of a young woman named Grace Mullane.
Hi, Grace.
Grace was originally from Wickford, Essex, and had recently graduated from the University of Lincoln. After obtaining her bachelor's degree in advertising and marketing, Grace decided to take a gap year before applying to grad schools.
So, Grace, you wanted to do all that school, bachelor, that's like 4, 6, 8 extra years, when you could just easily go on youtube.com university and go outside and talk to people to learn how to market and promote and advertise your brand. She probably don't even have a clothing business or even thought about scam. It's a waste. It's a waste. If you are in college, drop out yesterday. Go. Bye. If you are thinking about going to college, don't.
And in doing so, she also decided to spend the majority of her gap year traveling and going on a backpacking tour to make the most of the experience. After backpacking through South America for 6 weeks, Grace decided to choose a new route for the next 2 weeks of her trip. On November 20th, 2018, Grace entered New Zealand, and by the 30th of the month, she made her way to Auckland. As Grace's birthday was just days away, she intended to spend her time in Auckland's central business district to celebrate on her own. Or perhaps not entirely on her own.
She went a little sneaky link.
On December 1st, the very eve before Grace's birthday, she coincidentally came across Jesse Kimson's profile on Tinder and, finding him attractive, swiped right. The two ended up matching and proceeded to have a conversation that quickly turned into the pair making plans to meet up for a date. That very same evening, Jesse and Grace met in person for the date as they had discussed. As seen on the CCTV footage from the Sky City building, the two embraced in a hug while exchanging pleasantries and introductions around 5.
Wait, stop. That's them bottom right. Hold on, stop. Look
the two closely. Embraced in a hug while
She went for a side hug. He went for the full-on thing.
TV footage from the Sky City building. The two embraced in a hug while
That's how you know right there. That's a sign. You need to back off for a little bit, bro. You need to back off. You need to sauce up a little bit. Because you went right for one of these numbers like you missed her. Like you were waiting to see her for 16 weeks. Y'all was doing a long-distance relationship. And she went for the side thing. Come on, bro.
Exchanging pleasantries and introductions around 5:45 p.m. Then, the two proceed to head up the escalator to the second floor of the building, where they would come to make their first stop of the evening, a restaurant called Andy's Burgers and Bar. Once Jesse and Grace entered the bar, they can be seen on CCTV footage grabbing a couple of menus before ultimately picking a table just out of the camera's view to enjoy a few drinks and appetizers.
All this shit on camera, that's insane.
And just over an hour later, the two are caught on camera again as they leave Andy's to head off to their next destination. They proceeded to leave the Sky City building and head out onto Federal Street, where they ultimately ended up deciding to enter another establishment called the Mexican Cafe.
They just want to
While
eat
at the
and
Mexican
drink and...
Cafe, Grace and Jesse spent about an hour drinking around 3 jugs total of margaritas and sangria.
All right,
Jesse can be seen covering the pair's tab before they...
Let me stop. Of course he paying. Hold on. Fellas. All you listening, okay? Do your best. Do your best to not make any... And I'm saying like when you really are interested in a chick, right? Do your best to not really make the date centered around drinking or smoking or partying. Do your best. And this is if you really like her or you're actually interested in her. Go to the park, go to the library, go to the coffee shop, go walk around, go around some restaurant. You know, maybe go downtown and go walk around. You know, it's Thanksgiving, Christmas time, so go to, you know, we got this thing called Christmas in the Oaks. You can go that, you know, you can ride around, see the lights that's hanging up on the light posts and everything. Go see Chris, whatever, right? And just talk. Listen to music, talk, cool, right? Go to the lake, that's a perfect spot. But, dude, look at them already. So already, both of their awarenesses and their senses and their intuitions are down already. First link up, first date. That's a no-no.
Ultimately move on to their third and final drink spot for the evening, the Bluestone Room.
That don't even sound right.
Around 8:30 p.m., just moments after they entered the establishment, Jesse and Grace are caught on camera kissing passionately at least 3 different times.
Oh, shit.
It appeared to those around them as though their date was going well, and that the two of them seemed incapable of keeping their hands off of each other. And then, things took a turn for the worse.
Of course they did.
At around 9:20, Grace can be seen excusing herself from the pub table to presumably use the restroom. As she did so, she ended up leaving her purse behind with Jesse, hoping that he would look after it respectfully while she was gone. Except that is not at all what happened.
Too goddamn easy.
CCTV footage captures the moment that Jesse actually reaches across the table to grab Grace's purse and search through it. Finding whatever he had been in search for,
What's up, Asia?
Jesse slips what we assume to be some cash into his pocket from Grace's handbag before she returns to the table. And, as concerning as that was, it did not end there.
Stop. Y'all think, whenever y'all think of scamming, what do y'all think of? IDs, right? Cards, banks, scamming the banks and shit, right? This is a scam right here. Niggas will swipe all day on Tinder to look for some hopeless... Y'all not hearing what I'm saying. Niggas will swipe all day on Hinge, Tinder, Black people meet, Christian people meet, everything. All day. That's their job. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to wait to get matches. They're going to play the role as if they are, a nice dude, well-spoken, handsome, cool, suave, whatever. They will swipe all day to look for an innocent, low self-esteem, low confident chick who they can manipulate. And look, just like that. Of course, that's his game. That's a sneaky, nasty, just rotten scam, bro. Waiting for chicks to trust you so we can go out to drink. I'll pay for everything. Because he probably got that money scamming some other chicks. I'm going to go out. I'm going to scam you. And then I'm going to... Bro, there are so many scams in this world. Y'all are like so oblivious, bro. Let's continue, bro.
Once the two exit the Bluestone Room, they can be seen walking down the street until they ultimately end up at the City Life Hotel on Queen Street. Around...
Hey, look, I don't like all that PDA shit. Do y'all? What's up, Jaden? What's up, Perp? Yeah, we back in this motherfucker. Yeah, we back. I got my little drinky drink. Don't ask me what's in the cup, nigga. Hey, we in this bit. Don't ask me. Do y'all like all that PDA shit? Public display of affection. Y'all like that shit? Like touching and always, grabbing and kissing and tonguing down and squeezing. Y'all like all that shit in public? It's a balance, like, do a little, but I don't like. I don't like that.
Around 9:40 p.m., Jesse and Grace proceeded to book a room for themselves to spend the night together, and were even captured getting into the City Life Hotel elevator from the lobby just moments later.
She looked lost.
Once the two arrived on the 3rd floor of the hotel building, they exited the elevator and presumably headed off to the room they reserved. And unfortunately, that CCTV footage from mere hours before her birthday was the last time anyone ever saw Grace Millane alive. The first indication that something had gone horribly wrong was when Grace failed to respond to her parents' text messages and calls in which they intended to wish her a happy birthday. Not only was that kind of behavior regarded as rude in her household, it was also completely out of Grace's character. As the entirety of December 2nd, 2018 came and went, and Grace's parents still had not heard from her, they knew that something must have happened. Wanting to ensure that they did not overreact, they waited 3 total days before contacting Auckland police and reporting Grace missing. While Grace's parents tried tirelessly to get into contact with their daughter, Jesse rented a red Toyota Corolla hatchback from a rental car company in central Auckland.
Wow.
By the time Grace was officially reported as a missing person,
They gone.
a public appeal was issued, and all of Auckland was on high alert in search for the foreign backpacker who seemed to have vanished into thin air. But what really happened to Grace Millane after she stepped off of the elevator at the Sky City Hotel?
My goodness, bro.
According to Jesse, he and Grace had engaged in rough intercourse that ultimately went too far, resulting in Grace being choked to death at Jesse's hands.
Oh, man, oh, fucking man. Listen, bro. Oh. This is what I'm gonna say. Guys, there's a balance, bro, okay? There's a balance. Yes, women like that. Women like that. They do. They like, and it's a really weird thing. Guys, it's such a weird thing. It's such a weird thing, right? Because when we grow up, most of 99.9% of us watch pornography growing up, or we got introduced to porn in some way, shape, form, or fashion by, if it was on TV, we went on Twitter, MySpace, Facebook, it didn't matter. It was everywhere, right? So we get introduced to that D word, right? Getting called daddy as dudes. Now, most of the time, like, people make jokes about, women who have daddy issues love to call other men daddy or other dudes daddy. And guess what, bro? Subconsciously, when we're younger, over time, we like that shit. We do. Why? Why do we like that? Like, think about it. Think about it. Why do we like being called daddy? And we're 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Why do we call our girlfriends or our spouses baby? Think about it. Guys, think about it for a second. Use your brain. Why do we like to say that? Baby. And she called me daddy. Think about it. That is so weird. It is. It is. It's so weird. Chicks. So I'm saying all this to say, like, these kinks that women like, dudes like it too, right? But going to the lengths of choking a bit until she.
Oh my God, oh my.
If he can't break bread, he fake.
My nigga Fresh Prince with the fucking rave, bro. Hey. Thank you, dog. Hey. Prince, thank you, bro. Prince, you made a new Twitter, huh, dog? Your other Twitter got banned or reported or deleted? Deactivated or something? If that was you, shit. Deshaun, thank you for the 100 titty bitties, bro. What's up, body bag? Body bag, you already know what type of time. You know what I'm saying? Hey. Like, that just makes you think for a bit, like, why do we like the things that we like? Do we actually like it? Or do we like it because it's been, here you go. Just take it. Don't ask questions, just take it. You know? And then once we get 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25, sometimes 30, maybe sometimes 40, we come to these awakenings. And they say whenever you're 33, that's also another age of like release. You know, 33, you know, it's a very spiritual number, right? But I'm getting off topic. I'm getting off track. But listen, man, come on. It's a balance with this shit, bro. Don't come on, man. 99% of people go on Tinder to do something that they know they wouldn't get away with regularly because they don't know how to actually talk to chicks in real life. These chicks do not have the self-worth and self-confidence to actually no makeup, no filters, no nothing in real life. So they go on Tinder, they make these side pictures, they make them laying down on the bed. Bruh.
But, according to Jesse's own phone records, something else happened entirely. Evidence was found that proved Jesse had taken intimate photographs of Grace's lifeless body after having killed her. Then, instead of reacting in a panic as he would have if her death had been an accident as he claimed, Jesse proceeded to search for disturbing content online, while Grace's body lay at his feet. Then, Jesse looked up the Waitekere Ranges, a rural location just a 45-minute drive away from the hotel. As we mentioned, Jesse rented a car while Grace's parents tried to determine if their daughter was in danger.
Wow.
But before he did so, he was seen at a local store purchasing a large suitcase with wheels. Then, Jesse made his way back to the hotel to drop off the suitcase before heading back out to purchase various cleaning products. After successfully renting a car and returning back to the hotel room to drop off the rest of his purchases, Jesse is captured on CCTV later the very same afternoon, meeting up with another woman at a bar.
Told you.
The other woman, authorities concluded, was another date that Jesse had arranged on Tinder.
That's his game. That's how he scams.
All while Grace's lifeless body remained on the floor of Jesse's hotel room.
God, bro.
While on the date, the woman who has remained unnamed claimed that Jesse made a comment that, quote, "Police dogs cannot smell dead bodies if they are buried more than 4 feet in the ground."
One more time? Police dogs cannot smell dead bodies if they are buried more than 4 feet in the ground.
Smell dead bodies if they are buried more than 4 feet in the ground. Later that very evening, Jesse was once again spotted on the camera in the hotel's elevator, borrowing a dolly to move 2 suitcases out of the hotel.
Wow.
One of which contained Grace's naked body that Jesse had folded into a fetal position until it fit. Jesse then proceeded to exit the elevator on the first floor and roll the dolly out of the hotel's glass doors.
Oh, my stomach. Oh,
He is seen loading the suitcases into the red Toyota that he had rented earlier in the day. After doing so, he returned the dollies to the hotel and exits once more before driving away from the scene of the crime with Grace's body in tow. Jesse ended up burying the suitcase with Grace's body in a shallow grave in a forest area near Scenic Drive in the Waitakere Ranges, the same location he had been looking into just moments after taking her life. And by the time anyone had realized that Grace was missing, Jesse was already returning to his normal routine. On December 7th, Grace's father, David, was able to fly into Auckland to demand information and answers from local police. At that moment, police had also managed to identify a male companion that they believed to be with Grace in her last moments.
What's up, Jay?
26-year-old Jesse Shane Kempson.
26.
Later the very next day, Jesse was taken in for questioning regarding Grace Millane's disappearance. Throughout the questioning, it was clear that Jesse could not directly answer questions regarding the suitcase that he was seen carrying on CCTV. After the interrogation with Jesse, police publicly announced that they were treating the disappearance as a murder investigation, and Jesse was formally charged with Grace's murder. At the time, due to New Zealand law, his name was not publicly released. After further investigation, police were able to locate Grace's remains in the Waitakere Ranges shortly after 4 p.m. on December 9th, 2018, a little over a week after her death. Jesse Shane Kempson was on trial 3 separate times. During the first trial, Jesse was convicted of murdering Grace Millane in December of 2018. He was then sentenced to 17 years in prison. At his second trial, Jesse was found guilty of, quote, sexual, physical, and financial abuse of a former girlfriend who had stepped forward after seeing Jesse's name in the news for the murder of Grace Millane. Jesse's ex-girlfriend claimed that Jesse had tried to kill her in January of 2017, stating that he had chased her around the house with a knife and choked her into submission before forcing himself onto her. At the end of this trial, Jesse was sentenced to 7.5 years in prison. Finally, at his third trial, he was found guilty of assaulting a woman. This woman, like Grace, had actually met Jesse on Tinder and stepped forward after hearing of Grace's murder. At the conclusion of this trial, Jesse was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison.
All right, so hold on.
To add to the tragedy of this case, Grace Millane's father, David, recently succumbed to cancer 2 years after his beloved daughter died.
The heartbreak.
Jesse Shane Kempson's story is a chilling one, and one that will hopefully remind you to be careful who you spend your time with, as monsters lurk around every corner.
Alright, so now you just made me mad, okay? So we got 17 on the first trial. They add up, right? Yes, they do. So we got 17. He got 3.5 years. And then he got what, a year? No, what did he say? Yeah, 3.5 years. Bro, yeah, he got like 35.
And you to be careful who you spend your time with, as monsters lurk around every corner.
He was 26. Nigga, he's getting out and he could... No justice, no peace, right? Nigga folded the body up, put it in a fucking paper bag like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Fuck out of here, dog.